video, we are talking all things office styling and also obviously the styling tips that changed my life. So, for those of you who don't know, I am a qualified image consultant and recently color qualified as well. And I talk all things image, confidence, and style in these videos. I'm also a qualified coach, so I add in some bits of mindset and development and all these beautiful things on this channel. But today I got a beautiful compliment at work, and it was from a woman in senior leadership. And she said, Serbi, I absolutely love your style. I wish you could be my personal shopper. And this is so beautiful because I used to do personal shopping with a charisma coach up until very recently. And now I mostly focus on wardrobe editing and also color analysis. But in today's video, I really wanted to give you an understanding of how do we create a wardrobe that we love specifically for offices, for office wear. So there are some pillars that we usually look at, and my top three pillars for office styling are going to be firstly, the tailoring and the fit of the clothing. Secondly, we are going to be looking at color. And thirdly, we are going to be looking at how do we maintain clothes so that they last longer. So you would be pleasantly surprised if you follow me on my Instagram. My Instagram is the Charisma Coach. So follow me on my Instagram and also grab a little drink because this live is going to be long. So let's grab a little drink and follow me on my Instagram. But in my Instagram, you will realize that I actually don't wear head to toe designer clothing, but I still manage to look put together. And that is because I really take care of my clothing. I make sure that my clothing is tailored, and I also make sure that I wear colors that actually complement my skin and don't make me look washed out. If I ended up wearing something that is like a beige trench coat or a trench coat that matches my skin tone, I'm going to look extremely washed out. And this is something I help my clients with when I do color analysis. And that's why the color piece is extremely important. But first, let's start with the tailoring and the fit. How do you actually find clothes that are for your body type? That is so important, regardless of whether you are in the office setting or not. So, finding clothes for your body type is going to be of essence. So, this is something that's extremely important. And also, welcome everybody in as well. If you would like to ask any questions, please do. I'll be happy to answer your questions about office styling. But the tailoring and the fit piece is what we are going to be looking at. I have a tailor, a seamstress that I go to whenever I feel that the things that I'm wearing are not really fitting me right. So the tailoring and the fit is the first pillar, but also looking at your body proportions. So I used to always think that I'm extremely skinny and I am not right and I need to gain a whole bunch of weight to look right because that is what I was told growing up. And I so bought into that belief that I don't have the right body. But what I would like you to focus on is to stop looking at just your body and start to look at what is it that makes you special and also how can you maximize that. For example, for me, even though I'm very skinny, something that makes me special is actually I have a really beautiful waist, I have really gorgeous legs, and I have a very skinny frame that I can style in whatever shape or form that I want. So I really maximize that and I really started to focus and play with that. So look at something that makes you special. Instead of thinking that you have to lose a whole bunch of weight, instead of thinking that you have to be extremely skinny or extremely, plumpy or curvy or something like that, can you start to bring your attention to what are the things that actually make you beautiful and start to maximize those areas, start to amplify those areas. So let's take an example, right? You have Hi, Kasha. I do remember you, and I am so happy that you're here. We are talking all things office styling, so please shoot in your questions, comments, or anything like that if you may have. And also, hello, Jeffrey, and hello. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I'm so sorry. It's Tanyum, I would say. Yeah, hello, everybody. Yeah, so we are talking all things office styling, right? I was saying that when you focus on the parts of yourself that you love and you dress for those parts, all of a sudden you will see how glowed up you look. You will see how beautiful you start to look. It's because you've started to focus on the parts that make you beautiful instead of, oh, I need to lose a whole bunch of weight. Oh, I need to get skinny. Oh, I need to get fat. All those things are keeping you from expressing your personal style. All those things are actually keeping you from looking your best. So look at your body. Yes. How do you make yourself confident? That is a beautiful question, Gasha. So, can you explain me a little bit more about what areas are you lacking confidence, or in what areas of your life are you feeling that you're not confident, so that we can dive a little bit more deeper into that. But essentially, what I was talking about is, if let's say if your question is about your body and you want to feel more confident in your body, and when we are talking about the first step. Hi, hey, you missed my comment. Oh, sorry, Warren. Where is your comment again? I can't see your comment there. Like if you like trying something on and you're not sure about it. Okay, yeah, Gasha, that is actually a beautiful question. If you're trying something on and you're not sure about it, what I usually tell my clients, this may upset a few people. What I usually tell my clients is to not buy it. Because if you're not sure about it in the dressing room where the lightings are perfect, you're going to be not sure about it even when you leave. So, what I usually tell my clients is, are you going to be excited to wear this tomorrow? If the answer to that question is yes, then you are going to be then you're going to love the item. But if the answer to that question is no, then that item is going to be in your wardrobe and you're not going to wear it. So it's extremely, extremely important that in the dressing room, you ask yourself, are you actually excited to wear this clothing item? Because this is going to be a make or break decision, right? What I usually do with my wardrobe and with my clients' wardrobes these days is to really be very selective. It does not matter how much the item costs, but it's about how much the item costs sitting in your wardrobe, because it's costing that space, it's costing that, time in your head and all those things. I bet your accent is beautiful. How can I improve my accent like Western? I'm sorry, this video is not really about accent, but we can cover that in another video, or when I think, see, the thing is that I believe that everybody's accent is beautiful. And interestingly, today I was speaking with my colleague, and we were just talking about accents, and you would see that even though I am from India, I was born in India, I was raised in India. I don't necessarily have an Indian accent, but I also don't have an Irish accent. I don't have an American accent. I don't have a British accent. My accent is my own, and that is what makes it special. So keep your own accent. Don't try to change it. Love yourself. That is what this video is about in a way as well. All of my videos have a theme, and that is self love. But essentially, today we are focusing on office styling. I know that you're from India. Yes, I am from India. Oh my God, I will see you next time, Gosh. I promise that I will be going live in the morning to catch you as well. But you are my favorite on the lives. You're always there. And it really, really makes me so happy to see recurring people on the live. But if you haven't subscribed, guys, please subscribe so that you will be notified when I go live. And also, yes, let's start to keep the conversation going about office styling. So essentially, fit is extremely important. Knowing that that item works with your body is very important. But also, let's say this blouse is actually thrifted, so it was a free size blouse, but I'm making it work with this beautiful skirt that is cinched. So you can also play with outfits to make sure that even if there are some things that may not necessarily work together, you can cinch them, and you can basically you worked on this accent. You can cinch your outfits to basically make it work together. Okay, so apologies. I think it's a little bit difficult to answer the comments and also talk about the topic that I'm talking about. But essentially, I am in Melbourne, but my hello everybody again. Apologies for the little Hello, everybody, again. Apologies for the little connection issue. So, yes, this video was not really about accents, but we're going to dive a little bit into it, just a tad bit, and then I'm going to go back to the topic that I was talking about. But yes, I believe that my accent evolved as I've already lived in Ireland for 9 years already. My accent changed itself. I did not actively change my accent. I did not actively try to change my accent. It just ended up being like this because actually there could be a reason. It could be because I show up on YouTube a lot. I had another previous channel which I don't post on anymore, and I post a lot of content on Instagram. I am so much on the public speaking side, on the client facing side, that my accent not necessarily just evolved by itself. But so I am not from Bihar, but I was born there actually, interestingly, but I'm not from Bihar. I wasn't raised in Bihar, is what I'm trying to say. But yes, let's get back into the topic. So, what is the second aspect of office styling? And that is color. Color is so important that it can actually play with how your skin looks, and it's extremely important that you use color in a strategic way. So colors is something that I recently qualified in. I deep dived in color, and I realized that color psychology is definitely real. I'm a bright spring, but I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that I'm actually a bright spring, and this information really helped me. But what color does is it actually enhances your natural features. If you're wearing the right colors, you would be able to glow without a lot of makeup. You would be able to make an impact at your work. You would be able to actually convey things without having to speak a lot. And that is what color does. And color psychology is definitely real. Red is the color of attractiveness, it's the color of energy, it's the color of power. Blue is the color of trust, it's the color of reliability, it's the color of stability. Green is a very natural color. Green is the color of, green, whenever you look at even the soft greens like this, you almost feel so relaxed. And that's what color communicates. But what ends up happening in terms of complications of color are basically when there's a lot of different hues, there are a lot of different shades. That's when colors get complicated. And blue is in the color of trust. Blue is actually the color of trust. So if you Google it, you would know that blue is the color of trust. So what I mean by that is also a lot of big companies like Facebook and all of these companies, Meta, they have blue in their they have blue in their logos, and that is because blue is something that helps you feel trusted. It's color psychology. We as humans, we some colors just signal something in our mind, and that is why we need to use color strategically, especially in the office, especially in the workplace. And that is why when you are able to do your color seasons and when you get your colors done, let's say you are someone who has extremely low contrast, that means they may not have a lot of differences between their hair, their eyes, and their skin color. That means you're low contrast. In that case, pastel or even light spring colors are your colors that are going to make you look amazing. But someone who is extremely high contrast, maybe the same colors are not going to work for them because they are bright winter. And these are some of the color tips that can actually change the way you look in outfits. Because even as Gasha asked earlier, that I want to buy something and I'm not sure about it. How do I go about it? that is actually something that you would learn when you get the fit right and you get the color right. I know that there are some colors that just absolutely don't work for me, so I don't go near them. But if you know what colors work for you, this is going to be golden. So for the colors to work for you, you need to first know either you're warm or cool, or if you are a neutral, warm or cool, or if you're high contrast, medium contrast, or low contrast. These things are extremely, extremely important. As I already mentioned, red is the color of power, is the color of attractiveness, is a color that makes you, it's a color that almost evokes that into your mind. You know, when you see red, even though you're not thinking strategically, you're not sitting there thinking what does this make me feel, it's already making you feel, it's already making you, red is a very, very powerful color, but you need to be strategic about it. You can't, I mean, some people can wear it every day, but it's about making kind of thoughtful decisions when you wear red. So when I have a very big presentation, when I have a live event, I always wear red or blue, because red and blue are actually the best colors when it comes to a big meeting, a big presentation. Red is the color of attractiveness, the color of energy. Blue is the color of trust, stability. So when you have a business meeting and you wear blue, it almost, it just helps with that. And blue also has tones, there's navy blue, then there is bright electric blue. So you want to be strategic also with what type of blue are you going for. And I actually recently ran a color analysis event. And in that color analysis event, it was very interesting to see how the same shades of blue were different, were making a different kind of impact for different people. So it's not about just blue and just green and just red. There are so many different hues when it comes to those colors, and that is what you need to be sure about. Is it a warmer blue? Is it a cool blue? Is it a warmer red? Is it cooler red, which is burgundy? So you have to be knowing what type of colors are you going to be pulling off. And that is the detailed technicality about contrast, about skin. And if you have, some astrologist said, don't wear blue, black, bad for you. I believed on him because he said some things. Actually, this is a very, very interesting take, as you've said, Varun. So, I have a video on this on my channel. So, if you want to go and have a look at that video, please feel free to do that. It is with an astrologer who's also my friend in Canada. He is a very renowned person and he's extremely good at what he does. And we have actually taken a deep dive on what color to wear on what day. So there is a very, very esoteric take. Yes, he's a Vedic astrologer. So this is a very esoteric concept, and it's about every day is every planet. Every day is represented by every planet. So, for example, Monday is for Moon, Tuesday is for Mars, Wednesday is Mercury, Thursday is Jupiter, Friday is Venus, Saturday is Saturn, and Sunday is Sun. So what happens is that when you have every day is represented by a planet, if some planets are not balanced in your chart, those colors may have negative influence on you. But I choose to believe that what you can do is, if you believe in astrology a lot and you want to play by the books, go to my video and watch it thoroughly, because in that video we discuss when to wear what color. If you really buy the books on Vedic astrology, you can go and check out the video. But on this channel, we are talking more about the technicality of color and the technicality of, for example, if you're wearing red, you can wear red when you're feeling low energy, because even if you're related to astrology, red is the color associated with Mars. You want to bring up that energy, you want to bring up that fire to do a task which you're not able to do. So even color psychology works in that regard as well. It is beautiful. Pink is the color, pink and white are represented by Venus, and that is the color of, that's a planet of beauty, it's luxury, right? And it's beautiful because I love off-white and I also love pink. And they say you should wear that on Friday because it's Venus Day. But what I believe is, wear the colors according to your skin, according to your tones, according to your contrast levels, according to your colors, because that is what's going to help you shine brightly in the office, especially. So now let's talk. And if you would like to get a detailed color analysis, feel free to also reach out to me directly as well, because I can help you with the detailed color analysis to know what are the colors that actually work for you, for your skin, and that can make you shine. But I also believe that in this weekend, I'm going to be posting a proper video on color because I think that deserves a whole video on itself. Now let's talk now let's talk about the third pillar, which is going to be, so we've discussed fit, we've discussed color, but now we are going to be discussing the third pillar, which is actually maintenance. So fit is very important, color is very important, but it is also the maintenance of the clothing. Because if you're not maintaining what you buy, there is no point of going and buying constantly, but not using those things. And or even like using them, there are stains on it, you're not removing the stains. All those things actually don't elevate your image. So, how can you use the stuff that you have and maintain it? So there are three tools that I use that have literally changed my outfits. They have made them so much better, brighter, and it's literally kind of elongated the life of my clothing. So the first thing is going to be stain remover. It's extremely important that you remove the stains from your clothes because that's going to bring out the natural shine. Secondly, in the same family is going to be whitewash. So having something that has whitening properties for your whites is going to be very important. Now let's talk about bobble remover. So if you are in Europe or any of the cold countries, you're going to be wearing a lot of coats. So it's extremely important that you buy something that a lint remover or bobble remover to remove those things from your clothes so that your clothes look fresh, your clothes look new, they don't look worn out. So that is extremely important as well. And now let's talk about steamer. This is something that is so understated, but buy yourself a nice steamer because that's going to make a huge difference in your clothes. So I steam everything. I even steam my gym clothes because I know that when I steam my clothes, I'm going to feel put together. I'm going to feel better. My workout is going to be amazing. My office job is going to be amazing. My live stream is going to be amazing when I look put together. And this is the gist of today's video, is to look put together in the office. But we've only been able to cover the first pillar in the first 20 minutes because I got distracted with so many questions. I think I need to run this in a better way. But essentially, these three pillars are going to be the foundations of office styling. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a little series for you, office styling series, so that you can actually dive deep into different aspects of office styling. Today, we only covered the fit, we covered the color, and we also covered the maintenance of the clothing. In the next one, we're going to be covering a little bit more, which is going to be a little bit like hair, makeup, how do we actually put together everything together, what fabrics to choose, all those things. But also, I would say if you want to just completely skip everything, you can book me for a personal style analysis with me with a link in my description, and I'd be more than happy to serve you and to understand your personal style so that you can go to the office feeling amazing every single day and get loads of work done. But for today, I had an amazing time chatting to everyone. And if you would like to book a one-on-one call, you know where to find me. You can book me through the link in my description and subscribe to be notified for the next live. I will see you in the next one. Thank you, everybody.